boom the egg, always talking shit. Swear I ask her rap, I can't stand that bitch. Her man slanging dope, that's how she got them clothes. Cause her ass broke, I can't stand that hoe. Well, boom the egg, always talking shit. Swear I ask her rap, I can't stand that bitch. Her man slanging dope, that's how she got them clothes. Cause her ass broke, I can't stand that hoe. I complete the trend, rap call me back. Cause these lame ass hoes won't time about shit. So I'm back in effect, I'm back killing the shit. I came back to the cat, I'm back being a bitch. And I'm still the realest, still announcing it. Still flying and sailing, still flying it. With my killer squad, straight back on my shit. Back dropping them hits, back making you sick. Sis back in the pen, I'm back sending the shit. Brought back in the trap, I'm back hiding the shit.
Ain't trying to be no little Kim. I ain't trying to be Shauna. For all my niggas who thought we couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? You can sleep all you want to, but you about to get woke the fuck up.
On May 4th, 2009, Kendra Nyetta Smalls was murdered. However, the presence of Lil Buna could never be killed. This is her untold story, as told by those who knew and loved her most.
Yeah, when I got pregnant with Buna, it was kind of like unexpected, but you know, it was great. Her name is Kendra Nyetta Smalls. I say when Buna was probably 18 months old, she got diagnosed with asthma. And they, you know, by her being a baby, they was hoping that she would outgrow it, but you know, she never really did. But she ain't let that stop her. She did everything the average child would do, you know, play, run outside and stuff. When she get too congested or whatever, she would come in and she'd get on a machine, or she'd have a little pipe, and you'd be surprised. I mean, I never really thought she would be a rapper, but she just liked being on stage. She liked being center attention. We used to go to church every Sunday. Buna used to be the main one up there doing the Easter speeches. Everybody else didn't want to do it, but Buna, Mom, give me a long one. She'd get up there and she'd say, I would say when she was 13, you know, had a problem. She had to go to summer camp. I do want to mention that. A lot of times girls, when they get, you know, a certain age, they go through adolescence and they get rebellious against mom and dad. And it was just a period of time in her life when she did get a little out of control, and I had to send her away for a couple of months. And like I said, when she came back home, she had a different attitude. You know, she was better, and she started writing songs. And she'd get in the room, and you'd hear back there, and she'd be, rapping and stuff like that. And I said, "Boo, it sound like you got something going." And she said, "Oh, I'm gonna keep on. I'm going for it, Mom. I'm gonna keep on doing it."
It's your girl Buna. We chillin' out here in K-Town. We at the Kiss Fan. Shout out to my boy Steve from 101.9. You know we about to shut it down. So it is what it is. It's fine. It's Lil Buna.
Well, at the beginning, it was her and my sister. They was best friends. And me and her, we did not like each other, couldn't stand each other. And like over the years, say we got in middle school, that's whenever we was like, you know what, forget that, we almost alike, got a lot of the same personalities. So we became cool, and we became close, real close. She always had an outgoing personality, always been a go-getter. No matter what, she was always on her grind by herself. She didn't need nobody with her. She always worked hard to try to get where she wanted to be.
Well, Buna was my best friend, still is my best friend to this day. She loved her music. That was most important for her music to her. And she just had the inspiration for music, and she was gonna make it big. She was gonna be big. She was someone I could always go to, talk to. Whatever I had, she had. Whatever she had, I had. She was my best friend. She would give her last to anyone. She didn't even have to know you. She would give you her last.
When Buna first came from South Carolina, they were the first, people that Buna was hanging with. So she used to come to my house a lot, babysit for me a few times. And, so throughout the years, we just got closer and closer.
Excuse me, let me get by, 'cause you're only in the cycle with your butt and
going out, traveling with her, different places, meeting different people. Went to different car shows with her. Being with me and my children at our home, spending time with my boys. My boys loved her.
I always looked at her as like a role model. Like when I was younger and she was older, she hung with my older sister. So it was just like I was looking at her. She always used to make her own clothes. She didn't have a lot, but she'll take the little things and make it into something. And you'll think like she the richest person, but it's something she didn't put together. She just always sweet.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
Hyper and classy. She's very hyper. She cannot sit still. She always want to go somewhere. She's sitting still. I'm bored. What we gonna get into tonight? Where we gonna go? We gonna do this, do that. And she was just a happy person.
Memory that always sticks to me that I'll never forget was when we spent Christmas together. We went out, we got the kids things together. We made cookies for Santa. We did the milk and everything. We just experienced everything together. And on Christmas, I just never forget that day. Never forget that. She even got me something I didn't even know that she had it. We was together that whole day and she had bought it, went away and bought it while I wasn't looking, and I was just so shocked that she had got me something. Every holiday she got me something, even on down to Valentine's Day.
She got kicked out of school, I think, in 9th grade. She got locked away, and when she came back home, it was more like on her grown woman thing, you know. That's when she really started focusing on her music. She had to be like, what, 15, Keita?
Yeah.
Like 15.
What's up? My name Lil Buna. I'm originally from South Carolina, you know what I'm saying, but I'm repping NC all day. You feel me? Basically repping the Carolinas, hold it down for NC all day.
As far as partying, she was my first everything. Took me to my first clubs, my first pocketbook, first grown up hairstyles, and I was her I used to dance with her on stage, so she asked me to go with her, and I was young. I was like 14 probably, and she like 21, you know what I'm saying? But she was just showing me the ropes. And it's a lot of stuff she's taught me that I still know today. We just used to go to the club and just have a ball, have VIP around our necks and everything free, rooms, and it was just fun. I've been everywhere with her.
Because she kept it real. She didn't care if you came to her with something, she gonna tell you like it is. You know, I mean, it might offend you or whatnot, but basically with Buna, you can't have no ups if you don't go through no downs with her. I mean, she gonna say what she gotta say, but later on, you know, y'all go laugh about it and stuff like that.
And I always told her she was a little person with a big heart.
When she started doing real shows, I'm talking about like performing on stage and stuff like that, at the time she didn't want us, me or Rika, or because I guess some of the places that she performed in, you know, she was kind of skeptical, especially with me. No, Ma, I don't know, that crowd might not be for you. You know, they're young and they might break out, you know, act wild, you know, they might get loose in there or something, you know, start shooting or something like that. You know, something might break out and I don't want you in there, I don't want you to get hurt. So she really never did let me go to none of her shows. I don't think she was ashamed of me. I think it was just because of the crowd and the young people and stuff like that. She didn't want me to go to nothing like that. She wanted me to go to something like if she went to probably somewhere like Atlanta or Myrtle Beach. Now, when she went to Myrtle Beach, she went down there to Myrtle Beach and performed. She wanted me to go down there to that one, but I couldn't get off my job because I would have took off in a minute.
Hey, you know it's the Dom. This is about this motherfucker hot as hell. Need a motherfucking blunt. Motherfucker got me waiting, got me sweating and shit out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to take my ass over there, please. My mama right there, y'all. For sure. You know what I'm saying? That's how we doing it out here. Big Tang, big brain. Icy out this bitch.
She was always loud, always like, listen to this, I got this for you, always putting in her songs, and every time she turned us on to something, I'd be the first one to learn a song and know, you know, like she was gonna make it. She was definitely gonna be somebody, and when she got there, she was gonna stay there. At the time. She had the inspiration for it in middle school. That's where it all started. She started writing poems and everything. I even used to steal little poems and write letters to boys and stuff like I wrote it, but it always came from her.
You could sing. Alright, bitch, I'm about to do something. Put the camera on Jalise. Put it on her real quick. Tell this bitch to shut the fuck up. Alright. While y'all bitches stressing, I'm resting. As long as he give me money, I ain't got no questions. Buna getting money, ho. Ain't no fucking acting. This other shit is easy. I does it to perfection. Far as your man go, he does what I let him. Like him, so I'ma keep him in my collection. Do we rap with a fit into the back? He know he got a bad bitch and silly old wet. I'm the one he call when he about to hit a lick. Tell me get ready, boo, dressing all black. Straight like that.
It came easy because I know my sister and them said that she used to be in the mirror, you know, like she doing commercials and stuff like that. So I know she was always into entertaining. You know, she was real comical. That was her character.
She was trying to do all that and work and deal with the music. And it was just hard because sometimes she had to take off her job to go do shows. And some of the shows she didn't get no money. You know what I mean? So, because I guess, you know how you said that she wasn't legally, she was just trying to show them what she could do and put herself out there, promote herself, you know, in other words. And she did a lot of stuff for free. The money that they were going to pay her, if she tell them to keep it for the kids, like the United Way, she would do Boys and Girls Club. She would do charity. She was trying to do everything in her power to get there, and fast. You know what I mean? She was moving so fast till I couldn't keep up with nothing that she was doing. I mean, she might be in Florida one week. You know what I mean? The next week she might be in Alabama. You know, the next week she might be in Georgia. She wanted everybody to know what she was doing.
A real go-getter. I think it made her tougher. It didn't hurt her at all. It didn't stop nothing. That's when she really went hard with the music things. That's whenever she started taking trips. When she started taking trips, that's whenever I knew she was serious. She wasn't playing. She really was trying to make it.
A few people that was very special to me, and Buna was one of them. So we met basically, me living 2 houses down from her, and she walking down the sidewalk, seeing my hair. And she asked me one day who did my hair, and I told her I do hair, and I started doing her hair from time to time.
And her nails done. Southern slow. And her nails done.
You know, Buna would come by and get her hair done, and she got to do a show, or her and her mama have a little moment. She need to have a breather. Then we'll have a little motivational speaking, and she'll get it and see what's going on. But as far as the music, her mind was strictly on the music. There was nothing that would take her mind away. No men, no outside, no nothing. It was strictly just music.
We can do the and dream of a club and the diamonds in your town. Cause it's time for believe I can spend a brain that you try inside of a whistle time. Come on, all for it. Not one nigga, I miss your there.
Kendra had that side of Buna was more a sensitive side. She was a sensitive person, don't get me wrong, but Kendra was, my way of putting it, that little girl in her. You know, whenever she was hurting or, you know, worried about something and, you know, really needed me to be there for her. She would climb on the bed, like I said, with me, just like one of my own kids, and just ball up and just open up to me. You know, that was not Lil Buna. You know, Lil Buna gonna. So it was a totally different. Kendra was a totally different person from Lil Buna. Lil Buna was a hardcore side. You know.
Hey, keep your motherfucking head up. I know this shit is up, but keep your motherfucking head up.
Well, actually, I've been knowing Buna for probably 10 years or better. She was very marketable. She was pretty. She had a lot of talent. She was a fireball, but she had a lot of talent. And she wasn't just doing her music, she was doing modeling too. So she was a double threat in the game. So I think she was an easy product to sell and be marketable.
Energy is really hard to explain because for a person her size, it's hard to believe. I mean, the girl got asthma, but you would never know it when you hear her on that stage. I mean, because when she get on the mic, she just like a beast. I mean, she just go at it, and her attitude, you would think she was already platinum artist, because that's how she carried herself.
Who you think you dealing with? Buna be the realest bitch. I check your ass and drag your ass and straight dig all up in your shit. No boo, you ain't ready for me. I know your man told you about me. Know your man told you I was the realest bitch up in these streets. Better act like you got sense. Don't come to my city with none.
Buna, words can't describe. I mean, first time I met her, it was me, John Bell, aka Exclusive Producer, LA, and we went to John's crib, and he was like, man, I want you to do this song with this young lady. I was like, okay, well, who is she? She go by Lil Buna. I said, okay, well, who is that? I said, trust me, you'll remember when you meet her.
No, I'm in another city. I'm still that bitch in my city. Ain't nobody fucking with me. You connect the bad bitches and all the dope dealers. Fuck a pretty boy, I'd rather have a killer, cause they ain't scared to go down. Shit, I'm like, say shit, it only gets better. Say you like my style, but you really like my swagger. Said I like your style, but you ain't got no fucking cheddar. I'm like, what? Whatever, Lil Buna and this bitch, and bitches better respect, alright?
I met her through an artist of mine that I was dealing with at the time named David Bynum. And we call him untold. David Bynum. He told me about Buna, you know, and he was like, look, I think I have a talented young lady. She can rap, whatever. She's small, but she's big in nature or whatever. I like, yo, you know, I'm always the biggest skeptic in that instance. So I'm like, yo, let me see it, even though I try to believe my people and I have faith in my people, but at the same time, I'm usually always the biggest skeptic. I fell in love with her almost instantly because I realized that here goes somebody that eventually she can possibly make her mark in the world.
How me and Buna met was, me and Ski Beats was in New York, and we was debating on doing the Carolina Blue Part 2 project. We was gonna reach out to all the artists in North Carolina, and we was looking for a female artist at the time. So as we was sitting there looking for a female artist, everybody kept telling me about this girl named Lil Buna this, Lil Buna that. So we pulled her up on the internet and we started looking at her. So Ski was like, I don't know, bro, let's just test her out real quick. I met Buna and I called her up when I got back and told her who I was. She called M.O. to ask who I was. He was like, oh nah, you better mess with them, they're official.
Hey yo, Buna, what you want them to do with it though?
When I first heard of Buna, she had a unique sound, and it makes you figure like, yo, who's that? You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's what kind of, you know, drew interest in it or whatnot. The sound of her voice or whatnot. She had a, I don't know, she didn't really sound like a regular female or whatnot. She sounded, cause like when I first heard her, I was like, yo, she sounded like a female Pastor Troy. Like, she was just raw, like, you know what I'm saying? So, just off of hearing that sound, you know what I'm saying, made me kind of want to know a little bit more about her.
You will never catch me slipping all these pistols. I'm gripping all the gin and juice. I'm sipping 40 kilos. I'm flipping ho. Stand on my grind. Let now nigga take what's mine. Better shut the fuck up, ho. Before I show my other side. I'ma go ahead and start swinging while you make up your mind. I'ma push all your buttons. I'ma cross all your lines. I'ma get on your nerves. I'ma try you more than one time. I'ma keep acting the fool. I'ma keep shining on you. Every day I'm gonna look cute, at least make 100 or 2. Stack G's, roll with G's, and do what real niggas do. I ain't never gonna stop. I ain't never gonna drop. I ain't never gonna cry. Bitch, and I ain't gotta lie. Yeah, we all gotta die. But as long as I'm here, I'ma live my life to the fullest. Stack G's and trio.
Like, she had that persona, like, if you had to figure out who's Buna in the room, you're like, okay, yeah, that's Buna right, that must be Buna right there. You know what I'm saying? Just cause of, you know, so she acts.
At the time, everybody else, they lollygagging, they trying to do nothing. Buna is somewhere, yo, bro, I'm in New Bern, yo, bro, I'm in New York, yo, bro, I'm in D.C. You know what I'm saying? She's always on the move because she will never let nobody hold her back. And she was real hungry for this music and she took it real serious.
We were putting together a group with her and 2 more guys. So Buna, like, she agreed to it at first. I took her down to Winston-Salem, the Ski studio. She got in the studio and just impressed everybody. So that night, Ski called me and was like, don't bring them back, bro, but bring her back. So the next day I brought her back, and then we just kept recording and recording. You know, Ski was just loving her. He loved her energy, he loved her style. And then from then on, me and her were together every day doing like different stuff.
When she started rapping, she blew my mind. I mean, literally, I put her in between a Little Kim and a Tupac. And that's crazy to put that into one little body. But the girl had it. I knew as soon as I heard it, I was like, look, yeah, we definitely got to do some work together.
Where them hustlers at? Where them gangsters at? Where them thugs at? Cause that's the only thing I fuck with.
Yeah, first time we met, came and did the record. She wrote the record right there. You know, something like I seen with my own eyes. It wasn't nobody that came with her. Like, she came dolo in her own whip, Mark. You know what I'm saying? Shorty like was young. She came and did her thing. Like, wrote the joint right there. Went in the booth, laid it down, professional. You know, and I heard it then, even though I coached her a little just with that. But I'm saying I heard it then. Like, I heard it like, yeah, if she stick with it, she got it.
Hey, out with the old, in with the new. So bump your old hoes, Buna is your new boo. M.O. West, man, that's my dude. And who runs the cello? We do. That nigga told me respect it or check it. So I wear that red every time that I check in.
Buna was hype. Buna was live. Buna was like, she was buck. You know what I'm saying? Like a little live wire running around the stage, like never scared, a lot of energy. Yeah, she was good though. She was good money. Come out on stage, throw money and everything. She chick. You know what I'm saying? She throw more money than some of them lame niggas on stage, man, for real. Yeah, man.
Well, actually, number one, by being so small, you wouldn't think somebody would have such a big impact, a big voice, but she had it. And it's like she would immediately just take over the crowd, regardless who was rapping before her or after her. It's almost like, I don't know if you've seen like someone like Biggie Smalls, for example. No matter who came before him or after his presence, I mean, it was just so heavy that people just automatically was just engulfed in it. That's how I would describe her. You know, just captivating. As soon as she grabbed the microphone, the energy just came.
I only thought with broke fingers, what about you? Big cars, big money, big egos, okay. Shane, I'm living hoe, what about you? And my pride just a Louis Vuitton. I ain't way in the back of the club where I do. I'm somewhere looking stupid, bitch, but girl who lose shows at the shows get dog at the dog, okay? Give me if you want me to it on.
Buna work, man. Buna outwork most anybody. Y'all, they know now. Buna was a hustler. Buna was a hustler's hustler. Small as she was and everything, she was a hustler's hustler. She didn't get out there and get it done. It did not get done. That's the only reason that eventually over time, Buna made it as far as she did. I mean, forget gifting and everything, because a lot of people got gifts. I know a lot of people with gifts or whatever, but Buna's was an extra special thing because not only was it gift, but it was gift coupled with the hustler's mentality. You know what I mean? To actually get that gift seen or noticed. So she did. That's what she did.
So that's what she did. That F with you so hard with Ski Beats, and it just set it off from there. Every time I seen that record of somebody like Vella Williams in Atlanta, with Almost Famous, first thing she said was, "I need her to come down here and perform." I sent her to Janario Hawkins with SEAs. He wanted me to send her down there to perform for the SEAs.
What's up? We at the SEL and the Gold Strike Casino, doing the VIG. My dude TJ in the building, my dude Floss in the building. We shutting it down. NC all day. South Carolina, you know I got your back. Okay, it is what it is.
First time, I saw Lil Buna's name come across the ballot. I actually was able to do some research and homework on her to find out who she is, where she's from, and what kind of impact and noise she's making in her market area. Then I reached out to Chuck T just to get further confirmation on it, and Chuck co-signed on it. It was definitely one of those cases to where you knew that the person's name on the ballot truly deserved to be on the ballot based on the feedback that was received. When she came out, she was very particular and specific and detailed about her performance and her show. She was kind of nervous, actually, and Chuck was here with her to guide her, and he was kind of like, just fight through it. You can do this, and she was just like. When she walked into the venue, she was like in awe just because the venue, we were at the Gold Strike Casino at that time, and the venue was like amazing. And she walked in, she looked at it, and she almost just broke into tears because that was something that she really worked hard for, was to be on that platform, to be nominated, and it was like things were coming into to full fruition for her.
All the top producers wanted to deal with in North Carolina, Manny was dealing with Miss Now when I was dealing with old boy from Grand Hustle. He was sending her tracks. I mean, everybody just wanted to deal with Buna at that time. She kept turning. Me and her learned from each other over the years that we was around each other. She used to want me to get her to help throw parties so she could make money. Cause Buna was a real hustler for real. She used to come out to tease us, be like, "Bruh, will you help me with this party? Will you help me with this party over here at Brews and Q's?" And I'd be like, "Buna, do it yourself." And she do a Thanksgiving party right here at Teaser's one day, and it was crazy.
What's up? It's your girl Lil Buna. It's Thanksgiving Day, or rather Thanksgiving night. We chilling out here at Caesars, a strip club in Goldsboro. I'm throwing a party here tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's 10 o'clock now, saying ain't that many people out here, but it's gonna be deep as hell. It's going down.
Like when she came to me, she was buzzing, but I knew how to make her. I just saw probably what everybody else don't see, because that's part of my gift. Is I can see something in somebody before they see it in themselves. Like, so she knew she was a star, but I knew what she needed. So I recommended her to go to my bro Ski, who taught me. You know what I'm saying? Who took me from that to that. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew if she got with bruh, with what she got, he gonna shine her right up.
She was a firecracker. Buna stands all the 5'2", maybe somewhere around there, and she come in, and she's, as a person, she was humble, she was sweet. She almost looked innocent, but once she started rapping and speaking, and once that artist came out, it was like wow, and she definitely grabbed your attention. You knew that she was a performer.
I think Buna's biggest challenge was herself. Anybody that ever worked with Buna, now they know now she's kind of hard-headed now. She's not gonna listen to you at first. She's the one. She gonna have to bump her head and then learn. She's the type of person, she got to learn for herself. You just can't tell her.
Well, Buna, she was kind of like a person that if it had to be Buna way or the highway. And if she wanted to be good about it, but then she could get to the point where it was demanding. Because it was like Steve might say, "Okay, Buna, can I do it this way?" "No, Steve, we got to do it this way." So, and I think this way is the best way. It was like she wouldn't really let nobody else in a lot, maybe a little bit, but if she came up with an idea, she might let you tell her, but that don't mean she was gonna do it your way. She just wanted it Buna way. She felt like Buna way was the only way.
5 girls tried to jump her, and she did her thing. She ain't come out with no scars or nothing like that. So what she said in her songs, it was basically true.
Yeah, just down for whatever, ready. The only thing you had, she was mouthy. Say one thing to her, she gonna pop off. She always been like that. I think that's where I get it from. And then, but she had me calming down. Like, we might go out and I might start some drama in the club. She tell me it's not worth it. Set me down and talk. As we became older, she got grown, everything. But at first, she was rowdy.
They be hype. Everybody be hype, and I mean, it was times when we went certain places, and the type of person Buna was. Some people look at it like, oh, she just stuck up. You know what I'm saying? But you don't judge a book by its cover. They don't know her. You know what I'm saying? She was just a cool person. She was very down to earth. And some places we went to, like, if it be other female rappers trying to, like, they fighting for the same spot, the crowd might not respond to something, but we always be there to show her love. So.
Buna was the type person, you can hate all she wants. She knew she looked good, so it didn't matter to her. Buna didn't care. When she stepped through the door, you can hate all you want. You can say what she want to say. She gonna be Buna. She fly. That's that. You said keep it real, cause Buna with the water. I know she wasn't too fond of Mika Swain. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I guess because, you know, they look kind of similar. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, Mika Swain want to be the pretty girl of North Carolina. Buna want to be the pretty girl of North Carolina. And that just, I guess it just didn't mix. I guess they just didn't vibe like that. But she did love Shelly B. You know what I'm saying? She was a big Shelly B fan, and they did songs together.
You know, Buna, she always said she never had a problem with Mika at all, period. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Mika said she never had a problem with Buna or whatever. The problem is people, you know, want to pair their names up. You know what I'm saying? My opinion, it's just stirred up rumors or whatnot. Them two never had no legitimacy problem with each other or whatnot. Basically, you know, Buna just knew that Mika Swain was just a different type of female, you know what I'm saying, probably from who she probably normally hang around with. And maybe, I don't know if Mika would say that, but maybe she felt the same way or whatnot. But as far as there being a problem, nah, you know what I'm saying, there ain't no problem or whatnot. As far as like competitive competition, yeah, of course, they both two females from the Carolina, and you know, they both trying to get their name out there or whatnot. And every time, you know, of course, one female do something, they gonna get compared to the other female, whatever.
Her and Mika Swain, they never liked each other. I think they got into some kind of fight or something. Would they cruise some shit at the club or something? I remember hearing about it. I remember her talking about it, you know, telling me different shit that happened. You know, I don't know if they actually locked up, but I know definitely different people on their sides was fighting. She didn't really like Shawty, you know. That's just 100. Like Buna didn't really like her, you know. But I know for a fact Shawty ain't like her, and Mika probably didn't like Buna.
A lot of people, when they mention Buna, they kind of put a, you know, they try to mention the militant state. Oh, you know, she talked a lot of shit and all that, you know. I'm part of that with Buna persona, personally. It wasn't like no put on shit. You know, like I said, the best artists, Prince, Michael Jackson, they are who they are, you know. The other part of that was, though, I knew very few people who was as much for everybody making it or folk making it as she was, you know? Despite her supposed conflicts or beefs, if you will, with other artists, especially other female artists, there was nobody who gave more credit, who was willing to give more credit for their artistry or whatever than she was.
And she wouldn't let nobody but so close to her either. I mean, not even me. It was like, I just say, however Buna would act with you, she ain't gonna treat me no different. She treat everybody the same way. That was just Buna. Even though I'm her mama, if I stepped on her toes, she was gonna let me know it. And I mean, regardless of whether I liked it or not, she was gonna say, "Now look, Ma, you know, I mean, I know you're my mama, but you know, hey, this is it. I could sit there and all day, and I could be talking like I'm talking to these walls here, because if Buna wasn't gonna do it my way, she was gonna do it her way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's how me and her got a little separated, because of her her temper.
You know, that was my baby. She was so sweet, real open. But mind focused on everything. That's what I really respected her about. And I didn't deal with the negative. I deal with the positive. So I saw the fact that she had little positive things about her. She just wanted to move. And one thing about it, she didn't give up. She was moving, constantly moving.
I need cake. Where's my check? I need cake. Where's my check? Money runs his mouth. Bullshit skedaddles. Point blank, bitch. Where's my check? Where's my check? Ain't trying to stay calm, but I can't hold it. Just popped off. Man, I'm rolling. Man, I'm rolling. Man, I'm rolling. Trying to stay calm, but I can't hold it. Just popped off. Man, I'm rolling. Man, I'm rolling.
Fan nigga touch me, and too many OGs that put me under their wings, and I'm a hot girl every day. Trying to find a new way to get paid for my body decay. Turned 18 today, but I've been 28 and fool. I stay on the move, going from state to state. My goodies hard to get right, hard to take. Fast in his eyes, in my eyes, you fake. Somebody fucked your head up and got you looking stupid. Got a little flow, but you know Buna the truth, bitch. You was soft and flow. I was born too. This ain't a big freestyler, but I tried some new shit. Don't care about your people, so who squad that you win. Gotta get lit for me to start with you, bitch.
It has been times when we can fall out about little small things, you know what I'm saying? But deep down, I know she loved me and I loved her, but we had our differences. She could get very defensive and she would fight. I mean, we have got in actually fist fights. We had got in a fight. And I don't know what happened or why, what provoked her to get that upset with me, but she did, and it hurt me. It was right in here. It was right in here. Matter of fact, she was here. I think I was there. And somebody sitting where Sha'Linda was sitting, and somebody was sitting back there. We had a spade game going, and they lost. When you lose, you gotta move. She didn't want to get up. You know what I'm saying? She said, "You're going to have to move me." I ain't moving. Oh, Lord. You're going to have to move me out to see. Before I know it, I done grab her. Done tussle me and this girl rolling all across the floor. Next thing I know, she done took me, ran my head up into that wall there. And that's when I realized, she was really angry with me. And she was going to try to hurt me. So that's when I had to just start putting it to her. So we tussling. She popped one of my necklaces. I didn't know that was going to be the last time I saw Buna. Next thing I know, I got that knock on that window.
I myself personally, I don't even know what Buna was doing at that club that night. She wasn't supposed to be there.
Club Escape, which had only been operating for a few days on NC-55 before the murder of Miss Smalls. Authorities have said it had only been open 5 days. It was not a licensed club. Sheriff's Officer Captain Tom Effler said, "We were told that night it was a private party."
She called me quite a few times, and I was laying on the sofa asleep because we had stayed out real late the night before. Well, 3 nights in a row we had hung out. And I was kind of tired and I was out of it. You know how you hear your phone ring but you don't, respond to it. So she went to her friend Terrell Davis. She had went to his house. No, he was at work at a group home. And she had him to call my daughter to see if she can get me to the phone. My daughter, she woke me up. She said she kept trying to wake me up. And when I finally got up, she said she had called Buna. Buna kept trying to call me, and then she went by Terrell's job and asked him to call her to see if she could, wake me up or whatever. But like I said, I was out of it. We hung. Oh man, I deal with this. I got to deal with this for the rest of my life, and it hurts because if I just woke up. But I didn't respond to her call until later on that night, and I didn't get an answer on her phone.
go as far as going to someone's job and have that was out of the ordinary, you know. It was she wouldn't normally do something like that. She may call a time or two, you know, but she went as far as going to his job to try to get him up. And when I never talked to her again. You know. It was a voicemail she left on my phone, and I got a call early that morning about what had happened, you know, to her. Because everybody thought we were together. The girl Shell, it was one of her younger sisters that she was with, and a young lady named Barbara from Mount Olive, in Mount Olive area. But she really hung with Shell. I mean, her younger sisters did a couple of shows with her or something, you know, a time or two. But for her to just start, the conversation that we had that Saturday night was dealing with these people. You know, that's what shocked me, that she was with them that Sunday. You know. I don't know how that happened, how they talked her into going down to that club. This one would never go. Like this way.
I mean, it's like it was Sunday, and basically that night we said we was gonna do old school in the club, and so really it wasn't even expected for Buna to even be there that night, because you know the first thing Buna do when she know I'm DJing in the club, she come in. She give me a hug, acknowledge that she in the building, and then she go, you know, do her thing. This night, I didn't even know she was there until everything was over with. And like I said, it was just a point of some knuckleheads in there. I guess too much drinks and too much whatever else they was doing. Wanted to act up. Stuff get out of hand, shooting and stuff spark, you know, when she trying to leave the club, and, you know, I guess she's gonna say shit happened, bad shit happened.
I wanted to go down to Mount Olive to the club, and the owner was down there. And he walked me through the whole entire club and told me his side of what happened that night. The owner told me of that club said the shooting started in the club. He told me Buna was sitting in the far back, like lounge area. Okay, and the shooting started, and she ran through the club, and he showed me the door that she went out of. It didn't sound right to me, because I know if I was in the club and I'm sitting in the back of the club where a door is right beside me, I'm going to go out that back door. Why would I run all the way through the club, you know, trying to make it to the front door? And her car was parked on the side of the road. He said she was turned out just like that, like she was getting ready to pull off. And supposedly, a gentleman from Mount Olive, I can't remember the boy's name right now, I had spoke with him, and he said he was behind her in the car, and he was wondering why she wasn't moving anymore. Her car just stopped, so he went up to the car, and she was slumped over the steering wheel. She had been shot.
Lord, y'all, now that was one night that I think I lost my mind. I got a knock. The girl there. That girl on the picture there. She was bamming at all the windows, you know? And it franked at me. I got up, I jumped up, and went in the front door. She said, Mom, come on, get on your clothes. And I said, what's going on? And she said, Buna got shot in the head. I'm like, what?
I was home in the bed one night, and somebody called me from my phone, but I didn't know who it was. And they kept saying, and see, Buna like to play on the phone 3, 4 in the morning. She'll call me playing and stuff. So that morning, I didn't know like exactly. I thought somebody was playing, so I didn't hear the phone ringing. So it was like a voicemail saying Buna got shot. How it was like, bruh, help me, I got shot. I'm thinking it was Buna, but come to find out it was this other girl that called.
If he didn't have nothing to do with her killing, then Lord forgive me. But in my mind, I think he did. I can't prove it, but I think he did. And he know how I feel. I told him that. I don't talk to him. I don't hate him, you know, because I'm a Christian person. I don't hate him, but I don't deal with him no more. Because he came in here and told a lie, y'all. When Buna got killed, when we got here from the hospital, Pocket came in this house and said, Buna called his cell phone and said, I was shot. That's got to be a lie. Ain't no God heaven way in the world that girl could have reached in her pocketbook, and got her cell phone. And why would she dial pocket number? He said Buna called his cell phone and said she had got shot. I even told the authorities that. I told the police department that, but they didn't do anything about it. I wasn't the only person in here when he said it. It was people in here, and they said, Buna called your cell phone and said, Pocket, I just got shot? Come on, y'all. When you get shot in the head, I don't even think you can think about a telephone.
So the next morning when I woke up and heard the message, I got up and started calling everybody trying to find out what happened. If she actually got shot, because I was thinking she was playing. So, I took off to Greenville, and me, official, her mom, her sisters, everybody was in the emergency room. When I first walked in, they told me that she'd been fighting for a long time. She was holding her hand, and then she just died.
Okay, she had just, like I said, Buna was always hyper, so that night we was bored, cooking out. I want to go out, but she been out. And I said she hurt my feelings. I told my mom, I said, because she didn't ask me to go, because I was like the baby, but she asked my other sister to go. She didn't ask me to go, so I felt some type of way. But we were just sitting at the table. I was talking about that. I was crying because I didn't go. And we got a phone call and said that it was my other sister that got shot, not Buna. That said she had got shot. And then 10 minutes later, they called me and said Buna got shot in the head. And that was it.
I didn't fall to the floor right then. I didn't fall out right then. But it was like you gotta be kidding me. Mel, Buna brother, was in that room. He came out in his shorts and he said, what you said? And she said, Buna got shot in the head. She was crying, the tears was rolling down her face and stuff like that. And so I started shaking, and my legs, I started tripping. I got real nervous, and then I started walking around in circles. I ran in the room and I told my dad, and my dad said, what? And I was it was like I couldn't get my mind together. I couldn't get my clothes on right. I had my shirt on wrong, and I think I had on 2 wrong shoes, and it was like I couldn't get myself together and something like that. And I said, well, what I gotta do? And I said, well, where I gotta go? And I said, well, I can't drive. Then that's when I said, well, I can't drive. And she said, I drive.
What happened was, when I left out the club, I heard some, when I left out the club, it sounded like something in Iraq was going on inside the club. So I'm thinking like, mad people must be in the club getting shot. I called 911, told me, some shooting going on in the club. I don't know if anybody's shot, but you might need to send an ambulance. There was a car parked on the side of the road, and I could hear a girl crying, saying somebody got shot, but I couldn't hear the name. And I'm thinking, they say he got shot in the head. So I'm thinking, I'm going to go back in the club and find somebody laid out in the club. And, when I went in, it wasn't none of that. So when the police finally came, because everybody who got shot left the club. When the police finally came, one of them came back, pointed to the road where some glass was to another officer, and was like, that's where the young lady got hit it. We still don't know it's Buna. They take me and like 4 other people that was in the club, the owner, bartender, and 2 other people that was in the club. They take us down for questioning. We still don't know it's Buna. They haven't mentioned no name. After they done asked us questions, sent us about our way. As soon as I get home, I don't even make it home. My phone blowing up. Yo, is it true? Yo, is it true? I heard Buna got shot last night. I'm like, no, she ain't at the club. She didn't come to the club. So I had to call the cameraman who I had come out there that night. I'm like, yo, did Buna walk past you that night? He was like, yeah, I think she did come in the club, and that's how I found out, And like I said, it took me by surprise.
Well, actually, I found out through a phone call from one of my friends. She called and she said, did you hear about Buna? And at first I was so in denial, I didn't want to believe it. I carried on with my everyday moves and everything without calling or anything, because I just couldn't believe it. Just a shock to me. I couldn't believe it. So that next morning at work, I showed up at work, everybody looking at me like, why you at work? I said, why, what happened? Because your friend had passed. And I just broke down right then. I broke down and everything. They released me from work. and I went to go see her in Pitt, and I was hoping I was going to make it before she passed, at least tell her that I love her, but I didn't even make it. By the time I got there, she had already passed, so I ain't believe it. It was, my sister, she called me like 6 in the morning, and she was like, she was crying real bad. She was like, Buna got shot in the head. You know what I'm saying? I was like, girl, why the hell you calling me? Why is you saying that? You know what I'm saying? That's our bitch. You know ain't nothing like that gonna happen to her. You know what I'm saying? I said, you know how people call and they spread rumors. I said, that's not true. Whatever. I'm on my couch, sleep. So I ain't hang up on her. I was like, look, girl, bye. You feel me? I couldn't believe it. I didn't believe it at all. So when I hung up with her, I started calling Buna phone 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, why the hell she not answering? Her phone went straight to the voicemail. I called her like 10 times. Her phone went to the voicemail, so that's when I you know what I'm saying, you get worried when you hear something like that and the phone go to the voicemail. So I was like, shit. You know what I'm saying? My mind, it was gone at that time. Like, I got up, I didn't go back to sleep. And we started calling her a brother. And he won't answering either. So we went to her mom's house. That's when we knew that it was true. You know, everything just shut down. Whatever I had planned for that day, it was over.
I mean, it was a lot of sorrow, because like I said, if you know, anybody could die. But if you know Buna, that's just like, no, this ain't right. This can't be true. Not Buna. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reaction of people. Nah, not Buna.
My daughter's best friend called that morning. And she called my phone kept ringing, and I answered it. And she just started crying when I picked up the phone. I was like, what's going on? You know, what's wrong with you? And she's like, I'll be there in a few minutes. Something happened. I said, what happened? She was just like, I'll be there. She didn't want to tell me over the phone. You know, finally I begged her and to tell me. And from what my daughter and my kids tell me, I just almost passed out. You know, I just started crying, hollering, screaming. And I practically passed out. And they got me dressed finally. And Buna passed when I was en route to the hospital in Greenville. She passed away. I didn't want to believe it. You know, my whole life changed after that day, completely.
When I heard that she had got shot, I could remember it was exactly at 7:35 when a friend of mine, Jamaris, called and said that Monique, Buna just got shot. And then after that, another call beeped in, and I heard that. Then another call, and then another call. I just turned my phone off. I just couldn't believe it, because she had just left here that Saturday. And then I'm like, okay, Sunday, she was supposed to come back. So she was supposed to come back, and she didn't come back. And then that's when I get the phone call. Oh, I was just too crushed, because I just knew she was just going to really just do her thing and represent North Carolina. And that really just hurt me just so bad. I couldn't even believe that.
I got a call but didn't get the first call, but then, you know, ended up getting it maybe an hour later when they called back or something. It was just like, you know, she gone, bro. I'm like, I didn't even really know what he was talking about, because that's different, like, you know, in this shit we in, man, like, you know, homeboys, you lose them all the time. So you kind of like, you don't get used to it, but you know, you used to it. So shit happen. You know what I'm saying? When you in this. But I never lost somebody who I say intimate with, if that's the right word. I never lost somebody like that to know. I never lost somebody like that, period. But to have them get shot, it's just different. I ain't really understand. I understood because it's the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, she called a bad one. But I ain't really understand, like, I never had been there.
When I got the information, I actually had to take a second glance on it. I got a text from Pocket. He had reached out to me and said, that Lil Buna's passed. And it took me a while. I called my business partner, Infamous. I said, I got some bad news. So I kind of reached back out to find out, one, I wanted to make sure that the story was legit, everything was accurate. So I made a couple phone calls, Pocket, Chuck, and to find out exactly what happened, because in this day and age of social media, word was getting out there, and I knew people was gonna reach back to me and ask, do I know what happened, how it happened, because of her affiliation with the Southern Entertainment Awards. And it was that stray bullet rare case, and it hurt. It was sad to hear that one of our own has passed due to violence out there in the community.
It's probably like 6 o'clock in the morning. I get a phone call from my boy. He was like, "Yo, Op, so you ain't gonna believe this, man." I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Lil Buna got shot." I was like, "What?" Nah, man. Not my little sister. I know she didn't get shot. He was like, "Yeah, they talking about she may be dead." I was like, nah, I don't believe that. How? It was that she's supposed to be in some club and some shots went out and she started driving, and it was just, I heard so many different stories. So I called Pappy up. Pappy was like, "Yo, she's not dead, but she's in critical condition." And we all just started praying for her. And immediately, I'm gonna keep it real, I thought she was gonna come out of it. I didn't see no other way.
I went to when I got in Wayne Memorial, the people were so rude. I was trying to talk to the police officers. They didn't really want to tell me nothing. It took them 30 to 45 minutes to tell me where they took the girl at. I'm sitting in the waiting room. They got me sitting in some room waiting, talking about they going to get the information. And I'm walking back and forth. I done got up. Can somebody please tell me something? Where y'all got my daughter at? Where my daughter at? And they was so rude, y'all. They didn't want to tell me nothing about my daughter. The police officer came in there. He said, "Well, how I know you her mama?" I said, "Cause I got her social security card and her stuff in my hand. That's how you could know I'm her mama. Why lie about being her mama?" They finally came and said they helicoptered her to Pitt Memorial. Oh boy, we had to go from Wayne Memorial all the way to Greenville. I couldn't drive. Cheryl was still driving. She was still driving the car. Oh Lord, we got to Pitt Memorial. I got up in the elevator and I really did start shaking and trembling, and I started crying. And then we got upstairs and they let me go in there where Buna was. And it was just, Lord knows it was horrible. I don't know, they had something around her head, and she was like, it was like her pupils was, fixed and dilated already, and, she was, just laying there, and they had that thing on her, and, I don't know, I tried to talk to her and, tell her I was sorry about what had happened. It was like she couldn't hear me, and they had got a priest to come from downstairs. Cheryl, she started singing, and I tried to talk to her. I touched her feet. I pulled the cover back, and I touched her hands, and it was like she was already cold. I wasn't really getting too much pulse or nothing from her, but she wasn't. I guess the machine was keeping her, and she I talked to her, and I told her if she could hear me to move her feet, and so she I said, if you could hear me, move your toe, your big toe. And so she moved her toe, and I was like, God, y'all saw that? I said, she moved her toe, and the doctor said something about your hearing be the last, to go. So they said she did hear me, what I mean? She just couldn't say nothing. But, I was talking to her and stuff, and I said, well, if you could hear me move the the big toe on your other foot, and she moved her toe, she bent her foot down like that, and I said, wow, she can still hear me, and they said, yeah, because they said, like, even if you dying, like if somebody talk to you, they can hear you, but they can't respond, but it's like they can still hear you, because they hearing be the last thing that leave you when you die. And so I just kept talking to her, and that's when I started telling her that I was sorry about what happened in here that day, and that I loved her, and if she could come back, to come back to us, and we want her to come back, and
Miss Kendra Smalls, a 21-year-old woman, was reportedly sitting in a car in the parking lot outside of a club, getting ready to leave on the early morning of May 4th, 2009. Reportedly, 3 men entered the club and began shooting. A bullet entered the vehicle through a window and struck Miss Smalls. When EMS and the Wayne County Sheriff's Department personnel arrived, Miss Smalls was unresponsive in the backseat of the car. She was transported to Pitt County Memorial Hospital, where she was found to have a non-survivable head injury. Her condition did not improve, and she died on May 4th, 2009 at 11 o'clock. An autopsy was ordered to investigate the death due to a gunshot wound of the head.
Crazy. Hey, this is crazy. Come jump up on me. I know you want it. I'm lonely. I need you to come and hold me. While kiss me and console me. Now all you lonely want me. I can't stop these feelings. I know what you need, I'll give you. Sexual healing. Hey, this is crazy. You made me wanna do anything you desire just to please you. Had it together till the day I met you. Now I don't know what to do.
I guess I just wanted her to wake up so bad, and I was saying stuff to her, and Shell had touched her, you know what I'm saying? Shell, the girl on here. And I was standing there, and I said, Buna, that's Shell. And Shell grabbed my hand, and I said, Buna, Shell, grab your hand. I said, that's Shell. She trying to say something to her. And she jumped, because the reflect, it was like a, like I told you, she could hear me, but Shell had grabbed her hand, and touched her leg, and she jumped. And I said, Buna, what's wrong? I said, if you don't want Shell to touch you, move your toe again for me. And she moved her toe, right? And I told the doctor, I said, Shell, what did you do to Buna? And she was like, Ma, I ain't did nothing to Buna. So I said, Buna, if Shell did something to you, move your toe again. She moved her toe. So at that point in time, y'all, I'm in the hospital. I'm crying, I'm Shell, get away from the bed. You know what I'm saying? Because, I don't know. She was hearing me because she was responding to the conversation, even though she couldn't talk, right? So I'm going, Shell, what did you do to her? So when she did that, Shell fell out on the floor. The girl on the video here. And I said, Shell, what did you do to her? I said, but Shell, you better start talking. Buna didn't want her to touch her, so even on her dying bed, she was still upset with Shell.
I didn't want to be bothered with anybody. I started drinking real heavy. I'll be honest with you. Real heavy. That's how I dealt with my thing. Shutting everybody out, sometimes lashing at people that, love me, cared about me. That was my way of dealing with the pain. I didn't go to none of her functions really because, you grieve, people grieve in different ways, and for me to be around people, I know they say they're celebrating the life of them, but my way was to be by myself and shut everybody out, and I'm still that way, really. I'm getting better, I ran into her mother this week for the first time since Buna passed. I didn't know what to say to her, because I knew she was upset. It's a lot that I want to say to her, you know, but I didn't want to go around her mom when I was still very weak and, you know, break down, and I just shut everybody out completely. I shut everybody out. It's just my way of dealing with grieving.
Then all of a sudden her purse disappears. So, okay, where's the purse? Her telephone is missing, the purse is missing. So her mother had to hunt the purse down and find out where her stuff was at. You could at least have the decency to return it to somebody that you know knew how to get in touch with her mother, or somebody she was close to, brother, anybody.
And then I went to Courtyard Apartments where the girls were, and I lashed out real ugly out there because I found out they had stole both her cell phones. They had stole her pocketbook. They had stole both her cell phones, all her stuff, you know. And my understanding, when Luna was shot, she was slumped over the steering wheel, bleeding to death. And these bitches is taking all her stuff, you know. And I was just furious. So I went out there, you know, and it was like a whole apartment full of nothing but family, you know. The two girls that were in the car with her when she got shot and everything. And so the mama family fessed up and went in her room. I walked back there with her, and she went in her pocketbook and she got one of Buna's cell phones. She said, I just wanted to have something that belonged to her. You know, and I cursed out. I said, you have no right. If anything, her mom should have her stuff. Well, the girl Barbara said she had the pocketbook and the other phone, and it was at her grandmother's house in Central Heights. Well, my daughter didn't feel right about the situation. It was real ugly. She was like, Ma, just come on. At least you got one of her phones. You know, come on, because, you know, it's not her family here. You lashing out, you know, anything happened. So we left. When I first went to that house that night, they kept telling me one of the girls wasn't even there. They told me for about an hour. They told me that girl was. And then all of a sudden, I guess she got tired of hearing me in their blanket. She walks out the bedroom. And her sister intercepted me when I was going to her. And she was like, leave her alone. She don't want to talk. She don't want to talk to nobody. You know, and I'm fussing at her. I'm telling her, look, you need to talk. If you know who did this to Buna, you need to talk. You know, she don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
Because every time I heard something, you know, I would call them and let them know something else. Well, this person right here got the phones, you know. That one over there, this person here got the pocketbook, you know. Because every time I start finding out where everything was, you know what I mean? This person, I heard this, you know, I heard Shell's sister Barbara had, a cousin or whoever she is, had the phones. The girl that was in the front seat. I'm thinking in my mind, why she won't give them to the police? You know what I mean? What is she doing with the phones? I think, from what I'm understanding, they finally did get the phones from her. But they you know, they still got Buna stuff, like her shoes, her clothes. You know, they ain't released none of that stuff to me, not yet to this day. I don't have any of that. The only thing belongings that I did get with Buna was the stuff that they took off her at the hospital, like her earrings. She had $1, and I got that. It got blood all over it. And another thing, if the money was in her pocket, how it got blood all over it? That means that somebody went in her pockets that was touching her, searching her to see if she had money.
When I asked two girls about, you know, what happened, and some things that Buna's mom shared with me, that the investigation, you know, had, when they were investigating it, I can't speak on what it was, but it just didn't add up, you know. Buna had to get shot either by someone walking up to her car or someone in her car. There's no way she got shot in the club, you know, and, you know, she was pulling off driving. And then one of the girls said they drove the car to the gas station down the street. You know, that's a good little ways from the club, if you've ever been down there. It's just, the stories did not add up at all. And it makes me angry because nobody's doing anything about it.
Sister came out the shock. That child stayed in shock forever. She was in the back. Well, I think it was two of Cher's sisters in the back, that Barbara chick in the front, and some dude in the back. And Buna was the only person that got shot with this car, that car out there, loaded down. Y'all think about that. That little car had 5 people in it. And Buna was the only one that got shot. How could that be possible? Did you see this? Did you see the side of it where it shot up? Yeah. How could it be possible that she was the only person that got hit out of all those people that was in that car. I'm thinking they got up close range on her. I can't prove it. But I'm thinking if somebody was shooting from a distance and a bullet ricocheted, if a bullet sometimes ricochet hit more than one person. Because the kind of gun that they try to say that was, what you call a Uzi? The ones that shoot, what, about 8 or 9 bullets? Yeah. One of those big guns, like execution style. If a bullet ricochet, because that's what the police tried to tell me, I ain't dumb like that. If a bullet ricochet and it busted that window, it should have ricocheted. When it hit Buna, it should have bounced off Buna and hit somebody else. Because when a bullet hit ricochet, it hit more than one thing. Remember, it hit the window. Okay, it bust that window, right? That's one. It hit Buna, that's two. See, that kind of bullet traveled. But it stopped when it got in Buna's head. That's where it stopped at, because they could not get it. When they went to the back of her head and did that surgery, they said she was going to die anyway because the bullet was so far back in her brain. You know, it stopped right. See, it went through her temple. And I guess when it got on the inside of there, that's why she was swole like that. Because when they did the surgery, they tried to get it, to save her. But they could not get it. Some dude named Goat, they were the ones that got Buna to the gas station in the car. Why did you move Buna? Number one. That was the first question I asked. And the reason I asked that question, when a person gets shot in the head, from what I'm learning, you're supposed to elevate them. Don't juggle them around if you can help help yourself. But then by her being the driver, and they had to move her, but why did you put her in the back seat? See, because by the time they got Buna to the back seat and roll over, whatever they did with her, they could have juggled that bullet around. Because the doctor said it's a chance she could have lived. If they had just waited on the ambulance to get to the destination where they were.
As far as the two that was in the car with her, it's probably somebody that's related to them because they're from Mount Olive. And my understanding, this guy that killed Buna, he's from the Mount Olive area. He's probably more likely related to them, and they're not going to say anything. You know, and I used to be an assistant manager at Subway in Dudley. And I hired this young man, and he was a very good, hard worker. I kept him right under my wing. And about a year after he was working with me, I mentioned that incident that he ever hit. I didn't let him know that me and Buna was friends, you know, just to see what he would say, you know, had he heard about what happened at that club. And he said, yeah, he said, I know the guy that did it. He'd be out in such and such, you know, this housing development bragging about it. I said, he don't show no remorse about what he did, dog? He said, none. Absolutely none. So that's how I know he's still walking around and he's bragging about what he did.
When she called at night to go with her out to the club, she actually ended up going with some girls. I don't really know them too much of being any girl she grew up with. That was basically some girls she just hooked up with that night. You know what I'm saying? To go out with her, cause she was the type. She'll go to the club by herself. But if somebody trying to go with a friend or not, she like, all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, she trusted him to go with him. But I ain't gonna say that had nothing to do with it. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it was a dude in the car. I know for a fact it was a dude in the car, but these girls don't want to say what happened with that dude at the club that night. I don't think nobody set her up. You know, she was too good of a person. Niggas loved her. You know what I'm saying? Females hated her. So I don't think no girl will set her up enough to kill her. But I feel like if she was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, you know, when it's your time to go, whatever, you know, God gonna bring you home. But that night, people got stuff to say, but nobody's talking. Ain't nobody really telling what happened. She she had 2 girls and a dude with her. You know, them girls still ain't said what that dude got into in the club that night. So that's what the problem is. That's what's going on right here. That's what the suspicion is about her death. What, you know what I'm saying, what really happened that night.
It started out with an argument inside the club that led to the parking lot. And then it went on to say that she got tired of being in the club. She went to go sit in the car. Some guys did a drive-by. She accidentally got hit by a stray. Somebody ran up to the car, shot her. I mean, you know, this is Goldsboro. Then she's in Mount Olive. So there's no telling how the situation actually took place. Rumor has it that she had a hit out because she was about to get signed, which is crazy. Because, I mean, like, what guy would want to put a hit out on a female because she's about to get signed? But, you know, haters are everywhere.
I mean, I heard it was over money. I heard it wasn't meant for her. I heard it was a thing where she crossed somebody for money and something happened. Really, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because Buna was her own person. There was a lot of stuff she kept on the inside, you know what I'm saying, that we didn't know that was going on with her. But it's just so many stories. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, I was on the scene that night, and I done heard a few rumors, but the main thing to get to me about all these rumors is the individual that was riding with her, and I will mention names. All I know are they call her Big Barbara. Why would you bring Buna down there when she didn't want to go? Second, you are in the car with her, but you ain't got nothing to tell the police. You don't know nothing. Why was they shooting at the car? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was glass on the ground. To me, it looked like either somebody shot from the other side or somebody was riding with them shooting themselves. Because the rumor was a guy jumped in the car with them that's affiliated with this girl. So it's crazy. They were saying that all this stuff was dealing with wanting to set the dude up at the club. They wanted to rob him, thinking he got money, so they wanted to rob him. And you know what I'm saying, Buna get caught in the crossfire. So you never know.
From what I'm understanding, she dated a guy, but she didn't know he was from the Crip, Crip and Blood. Or she didn't know he was in that gang. And that's what I heard, that one of the dudes that liked it, Buna, he was from the Crips and Blood. And from what I'm understanding, I think Buna dissed the dude. She stopped dealing with him altogether. And I'm thinking in my mind, it could be connected. You know what I mean? If not, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but that's what I heard. And then I had a couple of people that say that it could have been her manager that she was dealing with, which she wasn't signed with him, but she was working with Pocket, And they were saying that, which was a rumor, that Pocket was kind of upset because Buna had told him she was offered to get signed. But somebody did offer Buna to sign a $150,000 contract. And she was going to go for that. To my knowledge, I'm thinking maybe Pocket or, whoever else Buna was working with could have got upset about it. Thinking maybe they weren't going to get their money. Thinking Buna was just going to up and leave them, and move on to somebody else and forget about them. And I think they took her out. It's hard taking to know that they could get that upset with Buna. I don't know whether it was money or they should have came to me or somebody before they took her out like that.
I'm hurt, I'm angry, and I have been. I grieve every day for Buna. I love Buna. We talked the night before she got killed, and about this particular family of which the girls, come from. And I knew these people long before Buna did, and she spoke about me talking about her as far as how they were. And she told me that she wished she'd have listened to me a long time ago about how they really were. She said she found out how they were really, how they really were. And I was like, what happened? What's wrong? And she began to tell me about something that had happened at their house that took place that had something to do with the little girl getting raped. And they were upset with her because she wanted to take the little girl to the hospital. The mother didn't want to take the little girl to the hospital. You know, she finally convinced the girl to take the girl to the hospital, but she left the emergency room before she can even be seen by a doctor. You know, and that was really eating at Buna. You know, and she really, it was a part of me that felt like she was scared that they thought that she was gonna say something about it. You know, 'cause they told her to be quiet. The mother said, "This is my house. You know, I don't want nobody to know what happened in my house. I can get in serious trouble." Basically, they tried to cover up what happened. You know, they knew she knew, and there was a chance that she could tell somebody. You know, I don't know if this had something to do with her getting killed, but two of those girls that come from that family were in that car with her when she got killed. I think it's the girls. She told me she knew they were jealous of her. Yes, I knew they were jealous of her, you know, for a very long time. They set Buna up. It was another incident at the same house. Buna spoke to me about that Saturday before she got killed. They set her up to be robbed one time in that same house. And I told Buna, don't go back there. Don't ever go back there. That's why it shocked me to know that they were in the car with her. She was at this club in Mount Olive. It shocked me. I couldn't understand that. How they convinced her to go way down there in the country. You know, these two girls, you know, after this family set her up to be robbed. She was robbed in the apartment that I went to, you know, to get her possession back. The same apartment she was robbed. One of the girls had her, Buna told me how it happened. One of the girls had unlocked her room window or something and let her boyfriend come in through her bedroom window. And Buna was in the living room and he came in and robbed her. She knew that that she had money on her. You know, she knew. She told me she knew she was, you know, I think she did say he had a gun, if I'm not mistaken. The guy had a gun. And I forgot the guy's name, but it was one of the girls' boyfriend. You know, but I told her that those people weren't nothing but users and they were trouble. I told Buna and I told her a long time ago. And she told me the night before she died, she said, "You were right." She said, "I wish I'd have listened to you about them people." You know, she told me. I gotta be her voice, basically. You know, I gotta be her voice. Something has gotta be done.
The outfit she bought the weekend before she got killed, she was gonna wear out. They buried her in her Rockaway outfit, and she had on her heels and her casket. I said, make sure my baby got on her heels because she loved her heels. She had on her heels and she had her nails done because that's what she would have wanted.
Her mom passed me up the road after the fact that happened, and she stopped me. We hugged each other, and she asked me to do her hair. I was like, you know, that wasn't no problem to do her hair at all. So I personally made her a special wig just for her, and I took a visit to the funeral home, and it was the family's request to give me all her belongings, jewelry, everything to put on her. I didn't cry until I went to the funeral.
And the casket, I got a pink casket. You know it's hard to find pink, but her casket was pink. Pink was her favorite color. So we did the casket thing. It was pink, and I had her jewelry on her. I fixed her up like she was going, you know, we did her like Rika, my daughter, made her a nice necklace, and she had on heels, and, you know, just like she was getting ready to step out on that stage.
If somebody would have told me I was going to be at this particular funeral for this particular person, I would have probably called them a liar. And she said to me, she said, "Chuck, I'm going to be honest with you. It's time that I have to start taking my career into my own hands. I feel like, honestly, I'm reaching a point in my career where I'm almost there."
It was beautiful. I gotta tell you, they did a beautiful job. The horses, they made it all the way to the graveyard, but I know they needed some water. That was a long ride. But everything was just absolutely beautiful. I felt like Buna was happy. I feel like she should have been peaceful. She had a lovely home going. I mean, those horses carried her all the way in. And, you know, that's how it's supposed to be, Lord. We're supposed to go to heaven happy.
hit me back.
Lil Buna, what's up, baby? This your big brother, Ski Beats. I love you. I miss you. Rest in peace, mama. We're not gonna mourn your death. We're gonna celebrate your life. #1 hottest female rapper in NC, point blank, period. Lil Buna, love you.
It makes me very angry, you know, because, I mean, had it been someone that she loved and cared about, she wouldn't have stopped until justice was served, you know. And the fact that so many people around this town say they loved her, you know, oh, I knew Buna, you know, Buna was my homegirl and this and that. But, okay, if you loved her so much, you know, why won't you talk? Don't be afraid to talk, you know. I mean, if anything, you know, do it for her, you know. Let her rest in peace. You know, I just don't want her death to go in vain. If they don't have anything to hide, I think they should talk to somebody. But she's gonna rest one day soon.
Oh man, her drive was, I mean, I never worked with a female artist like I worked with Buna. I haven't tried to manage nobody since then because I feel like if a guy can't work as hard as Buna did, then why would I try to manage them? So, Buna, like I could call Buna 2 o'clock in the morning and say we got studio time at 7. She'll cuss me out 2 o'clock in the morning. And by 6:30 come, she's like, bro, where you at? I thought we had studio time. That's what type of drive she had. She didn't want to miss nothing. She tried her best not to be late for anything. You know, it was just, like I said, to be around her, it would have been like, she motivated me on days.
When you play with that, I fuck with you so hard, I'm talking about the club goes crazy. From the females to the males, everybody got lighters up, camera phones, everything flashing. I mean, at one point it got to be one of the most requested songs that we had in the club. And for a local artist, see around here in Goldsboro, they don't give a lot of love to the local artists. Well, we used to play that in the club, boy, it used to go ham. And I mean, and I just hated that she wasn't here to see that response. You know what I'm saying? That was giving her from that song, because it won't just because she passed. The song, I mean, it just was that hot.
It ain't a time you go in a club and they don't throw on fuck with you so hard and bring it. The people can just be standing around, but when that song come on, everybody hit the stage. So yeah, she's still here.
It was Easter, and my sister's church, it was me and my other 2 sisters and my baby. And everybody, the preacher was preaching. It was a preacher from Africa. And he prayed for everybody, but when he got to her, he was like, come here, she never been to church. She ain't been in church in a long time. Kabuna wouldn't go to church, so she stepped into that church, you know what I'm saying, just because he was like, please go with us. So he pointed her out when he got to her, and he was like, you special. He said, I'm going to pray for you for protection. I'm going to pray for you. He just was like, you just so cool. He said, you precious. He was just touching her face, literally, and she started crying. He said, I want to ask you to give your soul to God. And she started crying. She was like, yeah. And then that next one that came, and she went to church again. And then it was over from there, but she did get saved 2 weeks before she passed away.
Buna was going to sing in church too. She was thinking about doing some gospel music at a point in time. And I thought that was pretty great. So this lady that got up and sang at the funeral, she had discussed with Buna some, actually to sing some gospel music. Because she wasn't going to only do rap. See, she was going to do some gospel too. And I think that was good. She had her heart in the right place. Like I said, she believed in God.
Still to this day, I'm still like, Buna? Know what I'm saying? The only person in Goldsboro that was going to make it, that I seen making it, the only person that really got out the other cities and tried to do it and be who she wanted to be. She wasn't trying to just, get her average. She wanted to work, but she, she really wanted to do more. She wanted to take care of people, around here, her family, her friends. That's what she was trying to do. That shit was just it broke my heart to know that they just stopped her in the middle of what she was doing. Police around here, I don't feel like her murder is, is like at the top of their list of trying to figure out what happened. Because we getting names of the dudes who were shooting, different guns that was being shot. Different dudes like, oh no, I had this type of gun, and I had this type of gun. You know what I'm saying? And if these dudes able to say that they was even shooting that night, why ain't they supposed to be locked up in my eyes? Like, you know what I'm saying? That the law is not trying to do nothing around here about Buna. I might not know everything, but I know that more could be done.
I believe Goldsboro Police Department is very slack. If it was someone of, excuse my French, a different color, the procedures probably would have happened a lot quicker. I mean, there's been a lot of unsolved mysteries that have happened as far as crimes that took place in Goldsboro. I mean, what do you want people to do? To just give you the information, do your job, go and try to find out who did what, who was a part of what? If you already have a name or a suspect, why hasn't he been picked up?
Far as I'm understanding, I don't think it is open. Big Pfeffer, I'm sorry. Me and him got disconnected probably about February, March of 2010. The reason for that is because I guess he got tired of me calling, and he said, get a lawyer. I can't help you. Ain't nothing I can do. The streets might tell you anything. Because, I'm telling him what I hear. He don't want to hear. I believe Barbara. And I don't think, Barbara had anything to do with it. And I'm like, good Lord, Mr. Pfeffer, Barbara was in the car with the girl. She's supposed to tell y'all what happened. You feel me? She saw everything. Well, she told me what she wanted me to know that. I mean, come on, These people was in the car with this girl. They supposed to tell this man how many guns, like, on an estimate, how many people were shooting. Like, where did it start from? And like, was it when they came out of the club or when they got down the street? You got to tell the police what happened. What did you withholding information? You know what I'm saying? You're not cooperating. Can't they be subpoenaed? I said to him, if I go get a lawyer and I gotta pay a lawyer all this money, can they be subpoenaed to court? Well, you can do that. You need to get your lawyer because it ain't but so much I can do. You know what I mean? Very nasty. I feel like he was letting me down because I was black. I don't know whether it was because I was black or because he believed what these people were telling him that happened. You can't believe what you hear on the streets. You gotta, well, you can't believe everything you hear on the streets, but some of the streets is telling the truth.
I don't know. Goldsboro is sorry when it comes to that. If it was about some dope, they'll get their man. But when it comes to these homicides, they sorry.
According to the official police report, this case is currently listed as inactive with no suspects. To date, there are numerous homicides that the Goldsboro Police Department have allowed to turn into cold cases, including Miss Smalls.
So she was just a bundle of joy.
Definitely, if you don't know about Lil Buna, like definitely do your research on her, do the math on her, like go back, listen to the records, you know what I'm saying, and especially the stuff that she got. That's probably, I don't know if it's been put, I don't think it's been put out, but the stuff that she got, that she did with Ski, the record that she did with Ski. Whenever they decide to release that music, like listen to the records. And you'll tell how, and know the age she was and when she wrote the records and listen to the records, and you're going, proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? So, I miss you, baby girl, you already know. Love.
Bitch, that's how we always started it out. Bitch, I miss you. I can't wait to get there where you at, and you ain't missing nothing around here but money. If you want to, whatever you want to do, you missing out on it, but we got you. Ain't nobody forgot about you. We definitely ain't forgot about you. I'm going to keep you in my heart till I see you again. Talking about, that's why I had to come out here, rush out here to do it for you. It's for you. I love you. I would let them know that she was the realest person I ever known. She's always kept it 100 with anyone. She didn't even have to know you. She'd come up to you, say something to her. She wanted to know what you said and everything. She always spoke her mind, and she was very outgoing, very, very emotional at times. But she just was the person that kept everybody together. She kept all our friends together. If we want to talk, and she'd bring everybody together and say, look, we can't do this because we better. It took someone out of my life that was very special to me. I feel like that was very selfish of you, and justice will get served one day. It may not be now, but it will get served one day. And I love you so much. I really never told her that, and I would tell her that I love her so much. She's the best friend I've ever had. I always make memories of her every day, and I just love you like a sister. You was like a second sister to me.
Always the music. So that's gonna be dearly missed. Lil Buna, oh man, when I'm playing a Lil Buna CD, people like, hey, let me get a copy of that. Alright, I'll give you a copy. You gonna be right here? Oh, wait till I come back. I'll be back. Never come back because you ain't getting a copy of this shit.
It's always been my heart. And when you got somebody that you care about like Buna, that you will protect with your own life, that hurts. You know, right. It's a little angel. I mean, for real. I mean, words can't describe. Whatever it wasn't worth her life. You know.
Tell you how real Buna is. And this is a big memory, and it was dealing with another artist that's on the documentary Octo. Octo was the victim of a robbery. Buna found out who robbed Octo. Buna stepped to the people that robbed Octo and got all his belongings back. She squashed it like she was gangster, like she was in the mob. You know what I'm saying? When most niggas don't even do that. She took it upon herself like, oh, these my peoples. You robbed my peoples. She went and handled that. That's a big memory. That's what I like to remember. That little G. I feel like Buna would have been that next person. Because with her drive, she won't want to stop. And at the point, you know, when she passed, at the point where she was at, and with the producers she was working with, her foot was in the door.
A little person with a big heart. Buna, she was one of the sweetest people I ever knew. You know, you had to know Buna to understand it. You know, and we became best friends. We had an age difference. You know, but she had an old soul. You know, that's why we got along so well. You know, she's the only person that really understood me. I shared some of my deepest secrets with her. You know, and they went with her when she left. She was my only friend. You know, and that'll never be replaced. You know, I miss our late night, all night talks. You know, our laugh. It's just, I can go on. I miss everything about her. You know, my children miss her. You know, it's days, I mean, we can be doing something, they could be doing something. It's a mind miss for me. You know, we'll keep a big picture of her right in the living room where we all can look at her every day. When it was, she didn't deserve what happened to her. You know, and I've said so many times, I wish to God I was with her. You know, and that's something that I'm still dealing with now because, you know, I wish for a very long time that it was me and not her, if anybody had to catch a bullet like that. You know, I've lived my life, you know. She just begun to live her life, you know. But things happen, you know, it's in God's plan, we don't know. You know, He takes the good ones all the time, you know. But if I was there, if I could have took that bullet before, I would have. I don't forget her. You know, sometimes I get angry because I feel like people have forgotten her. You know, I hope that everybody keep her alive. You know, don't never forget her.
I think the increase in the surge in artists after they're gone, just such as herself, is only because they're not appreciated when they're here. With her, there were just too many people who did not appreciate the gift. People just love Buna. Buna was a type. Buna, she was mouthy. She was her. You know, she was very militant, but she was Buna.
Buna was that. She was, you know what I'm saying, she was determined. She just always wanted her name out there, whatnot.
People know that she's not here anymore, but we celebrate her life, because I don't want to say we celebrate her death. We celebrate her life every year. We always do a party for her in the park or different events that we do for her. Some of her friends that have her music, they play her music in the club. The DJ support her. I mean, it's like she hasn't even missed a beat.
Sing the whole world still calling out your name. Buna, a rap star, you was headed for the fame. We gon' make sure the world know your name. It's Buna. So precious, but known to talk mad shit. And if you seen her, you knew she was a bad bitch. So young, so bright, so mysterious. I fucks with you so hard, it's ridiculous. I think about you when I listen to your song, crazy. Can't believe somebody took Miss Antoinette, baby. Pour out some looking like you light us up for our baby. And if I'm dreaming, somebody hurry up and wake me. Hey man, it's kinda hard to believe.
I just want any and everybody that knows anything about what happened, you know, even if it's something small, you never know, you know, it could lead somewhere. Please just come out and talk to somebody about it. You know, if it's nothing but go see her mom, pick up the phone and call her mom, tell her mom, you know, you don't want your name to get, just do something. Please don't let Buna's name go in vain.
If heaven was a mile away,
would I pack up my bags and leave this world behind?
if heaven was a mile away.
Wait, her dad gave her the name Lil Buna. Let me mention that. When she was a baby, she used to cry so much. She just used to holler, you know, sometimes, and we didn't know what was wrong with her. So one day he just started jumping her up on his leg. So he started singing this song. He just made it up right out of his head. Buna, Buna, boom, boom. And, you know, we didn't know where he got it from. And he just started singing it. Buna, Buna, Buna. So me and Rika come around there, and I said, what is that Kenny singing? And she said, sound like he said Buna. And she said, I think so. And he started singing, Buna, Buna, boom, boom, boom. He got a little rhythm with it and started patting his foot. And so, and jumping up and down on his legs. So, you know, she got quiet. When she started hollering, he'd go back to that Buna, Buna, boom. She shut up again. So he said, well, okay, we're going to call you Buna. And so that's how she got the name Buna.
You know what I'm saying? It's Buna. B-U-N-A, nah, B-O-O-N-A, nah, B-U-O-O-N-E, nah, Booney, nah, Buddha, Buna.
The murder of Kendra Nyetta Smalls still remains unsolved.
Oh my God, we straight up shitting on 'em.
I got OC in here with me. Lil Buna, what up?
Shorty, she a boss, she pay whatever it costs. She be in and out of stores, she'll show you how to floss.